Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake Woke Podcast. This is your boy BobbyVILN. I am back with another video. Tonight, I'm here to talk about Michigan's investigation into voter fraud for the 2020 election. So apparently, according to the Gateway Pundit, Michigan police has been conducting an investigation on the Biden campaign in regards to election interference and basically rigging the election. Everybody has been skeptical of how the 2020 election went down. I was skeptical of how the 2020 election went down. Even when it came to the voter machines, I released a video about that, the Dominion voting machines, and it just seemed fishy. It just seemed real fishy. A lot of people was just like, "Oh no, Trump lost. Trump lost." To be honest, looking at this administration now, and really like paying attention and looking at everything that is supposedly coming out right now, no, I don't think bro lost. I'm sorry to say it. Y'all can sit there and call me whatever you want to call me. The more evidence that come out, the more it seems like, no, they manipulated it. Even when it comes to the Doomer report, they sat there and they told you that they used the FBI, the Clintons used the FBI to manipulate the masses and to manipulate media into bashing Trump. They already sat there and they said that. They already sat there and said that. All you got to do is go look at the Doomer report. But according to the police report, GBI Strategies is the main culprit when it comes to conducting this election fraud. On multiple occasions, they received money from Democratic donors or whatever you want to call them. They received multiple deposits. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hold on. But they received multiple deposits of when it comes to money for manipulating the election. Over $4 million, if I'm not mistaken, 2 different times, if I'm not mistaken. Not only that, we got BlackPAC. That's another organization funded by leftists. They sat there and they garnered, over 11 million. And all of this was geared to getting people to vote for Joe Beasy. And if you look into the investigation, they sat there and they said, and they got on record or on video of a person dropping off ballots, multiple ballots, several times. And when it comes to when they counted those ballots, it was about 8,000 to 10,000 ballots that were fraudulent ballots. Identical handwriting, fraudulent numbers, fraudulent names, and when it came down to the signatures, when they ran the signatures of the people that actually did exist in the database of Michigan State Secretary, or shall I say Secretary of State database, those signatures did not match the signatures that were within the database. So now it's really leaning towards like, nah, y'all manipulated, and y'all manipulated the election. The election was manipulated. Live voter fraud, bro. And they sat there and they denied it. They sat there and they said Trump manipulated the 2016 election, which I highly doubt. But it's still a possibility because this type of thing, when it comes to voter fraud, it's not just the left that participated in this before. The right participated in this too. The right has been found guilty of voter fraud before. So it's not just the left, it's just the system in general. And I think the system was geared to where it could be manipulated to whoever has the most influence. And it comes straight down to it. That's why I keep telling people, like, the system that we are witnessing in real time was always set up to work like this. If they had a candidate that they didn't want in office, they did what they needed to do to manipulate the situation to push it into the person that they favored the most. And now we're finally getting the truth, or possibly what is the truth. You know, and they doing everything that they need, that they can right now to keep Trump out of office. They coming up with whatever trumped up charges, whatever fraudulent charges to keep him off of the campaign trail. And for the most part, it's not working. It is not working because every Republican candidate right now is not holding a candle to Trump. And Trump is not even at the debates right now. Trump is still leading the pack. Overwhelmingly. Sorry about that. Like, he's basically a shoo-in. And especially since Joe Biden will more than likely will not be campaigning. So now, word through the grapevine is they about to replace Joe Beasy because he's not up to par. Who they gonna replace him with? I heard it was Gavin Newsom. I don't know how true that is. But for the most part, what they've been saying, Joe Biden is not campaigning. And if he's not campaigning and all he got is what he's done in office so far, which is, if you've really been paying attention, which hasn't been much, he can't even control inflation. And if he is controlling inflation, it's been artificially. They trying to keep the numbers down, or they're manipulating the numbers to make it seem like his administration is doing good, which is not. All you got to do is look at your grocery bill. All you got to do is look at gas right now. The cost of goods is sky high. And not only that, like, all you got to do is look at the evidence in regards to his treasonous ways. Like, I understand that they run an impeachment right now, but they're not even covering half of what he actually did. It's clear-cut evidence of treason. Legitimate treason. So it's just like, who are you going to run on the left? If you actually believe in this system, because to be honest, I think, and this is just my personal theory, I think the left or the Democrats is going to throw this election. They're going to throw this election. Trump is going to get in office. When Trump get in office, he's going to implement the CBDC. He's going to take the fall again, just how they manipulated his last administration, his last run, I should say. They let him take the fall of the pandemic. They let him take the fall when it came to the economy crashing, when we had to shut down. They let him take the fall when it came to, or actually, I don't know, I think this is still up in the air, but he wants credit for Operation Warp Speed for the production of the you know, the Yamin, the chest buster, the Wu 19. He want to take credit for that Wu juice. You know? And all I'm saying is, if he was in office right now, a lot of the things that went up under the Biden administration would not be tolerated. How the border's being flooded right now would not be tolerated. They'll be turning all of this shit into negative press on them. And if they are doing it, you really don't hear about it. They're not talking about it. You know? Like, they was running it up. Michigan is doing the investigation right now. Not only Michigan, Arizona's conducting an investigation. I don't even think it's only Arizona. I think it's like Wisconsin and a lot of the swing states are conducting investigations. when it comes to voter fraud of the 2020 election. You can go look it up yourself. And I wouldn't recommend using Google. You got to use another search engine because, again, I've reported on Google already. They manipulate their search engine. Anything that goes against the popular narrative, they push it all the way down to the list, and not at the bottom of the list, on the last pages. And eventually, it's not even going to show up on their search page if you try to look for it. So you can't even use Google because Google is lying to you. In the famous words of Kanye West, Google lied to you, Jack. They're lying to you. But like I said before, the system was always built to work like this. When it comes to the economy, when it comes to the presidential elections, when it comes to politicians manipulating the laws so they can have more power, you know. But besides that, I'm done. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share my content. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm out, man.